Hello everyone, I am Dr. Millie Kulstesh from Erudite Chemistry classes, and in this video I am going to discuss non-stoichiometric defect in the ionic crystal. Okay, in my last video I have already discussed stoichiometric defect in the crystal. Stoichiometric defects were those where the cations and anions were in the equal number, and during the defects even when the atoms were moving out or some atoms are being added, during this process also the stoichiometry of the crystal was not changing at all. That is why that type of defect were named as stoichiometric defects. Now we are going to discuss another type of defect, non-stoichiometric defect. Means we are going to see that the constituent atoms, the number of constituent atoms or the ratio of the constituent atom in a molecule is going to be changed in this type of defect. That is why they are named as non-stoichiometric defects. Okay, so let us understand non-stoichiometric defects. First of all, let's see how they are categorized. So we have categorized these non-stoichiometric defects into two categories. First is metal axis defect. Metal axis defect. And the second is metal deficiency defect. So we have categorized these type of defects into two categories: metal axis defect, metal deficiency defect. Let's see one by one what these defects are. I'm starting from metal axis defect. First of all, let us understand metal axis means axis of metal ion, and we know this thing in any of the formula. If I am writing down NaCl, in this formula one is cation and one is anion. Okay, so in any of the ionic crystal there will be cation and anion. So rather speaking about the atom, we will speak about the anion and cation. We will talk in terms of cation and anion. Okay, so metal axis defect, I can say that cation axis defect actually it is. So actually metal axis का मतलब है the cation will be in axis in this type of defect. अब cation कैसे axis में हो सकता है? On the basis of how this defect is going on, how the cation is becoming in axis, how the cation remains in axis. That there are two reasons. There may be two reasons for the cation to be in axis. क्या reason हो सकते हैं? And on the basis of this reason, we have divided this metal axis defect into two categories. The first is by anion vacancies. Anion vacancies. So the first is by anion vacancies. So we have divided them into two categories: how the metal becomes in axis, how the metal ion remains in axis, either by the anion vacancies or by extra cation in interstitial spaces. So this is, there are two reasons due to which metal can be in axis in a crystal. दो कारण हो सकते हैं, या तो anion आप निकाल दीजिए so that cation ऑटोमेटिकली ज़्यादा हो जाए, या फिर आप एक्स्ट्रा cation उसमें डाल दीजिए तो फिर भी then also the cation will be in axis. I can let you know this by using this particular simple concept. That is, suppose you are having 100 cation, 100 anion. Okay, so in this crystal there are 100 cation and 100 anion. Anyhow, I have to make it in axis. मतलब मुझे axis defect को show करना है. तो how it is possible? First way is मैं anion निकाल दूँ. I am going to remove one anion from it. अगर मैं इसमें से एक anion या 10 anion निकाल देती हूँ suppose, तो how many anions are remain? Cation तो I am not touching, so it is 100. And how many anions are there? Cl minus are 19 number. So what is in axis now? Sodium ion. So that is how it becomes metal axis defect. Okay, this is the one way. Now this time what I am doing is I am just adding more cation in the interstitial spaces. उनकी बीच की जगह में जो there are areas between the cations and anions ना, the balls are arranged in such a way so that there remains a gap. We are considering them as a ball, और ball के बीच में there is a gap, that is called interstitial spaces. तो अगर interstitial spaces में if I am adding some extra cation, तो there were 100 and there were 100 Cl. What I am doing? I am adding some cation in the interstitial spaces. So tell me how many cations are there now? 110. तो if there are 110 cations and 100 Cl, क्योंकि ये तो हमने चेंज किया ही नहीं, तो what is in excess? cation is in excess. तो कौन सा डिफेक्ट हुआ? मेटल एक्सेस डिफेक्ट. बिकॉज एनी हाउ या तो एनाइन निकाल के एनाइन वैकेंसीज क्रिएट करके यू आर मेकिंग मेटल इन एक्सेस, या फिर बाय कीपिंग या बाय पुटिंग एक्स्ट्रा cation इन द इंटरस्टिशियल स्पेसेस यू आर मेकिंग cation अगेन इन द एक्सेस. तो एनी हाउ वी हैव कैटेगराइज देम इनटू टू कैटेगरीज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कि कैसे आपने वो वैकेंसी क्रिएट या कैसे आपने उन cation को एक्सेस में करा है. तो लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड बोथ द थिंग्स one by one by taking the example, actually real examples, है ना. तो I am starting from by anion vacancies. So how the anion vacancies takes place. So let's learn it in detail. देखें क्या होता है anion vacancies. Okay, and for that sake I am going to give you an example of NaCl. NaCl So in this particular crystal there are Na ion and Cl ion. What I am doing is I am going to heat this crystal in the sodium vapors. मैं किस में गर्म कर रही हूँ इसको? Sodium vapors में. Okay, so in the presence of sodium vapors, because the temperature is very high, this chloride ion suppose is going to react with sodium which is present in the form of vapor, because we are heating it, that is getting in energy and start reacting with the sodium vapor. So क्या होगा? This chloride ion will move out and will make NaCl here, but ये जो जगह है, this space will be empty now. This is called anion vacancy. Now this vacancy will be occupied by the electron which is lost by this anion. So ये जो anion है, this is going to go outside and it is going to leave its electron, and this electron will be occupying the space which was anionic space, anionic vacancy, and this center, this area where the electrons are existing here, this area will become responsible for the color of the crystal. Why? Because this electron is going to gain the energy and it is going to lose that energy also, and the radiations which are emitted out by this electron will decide the color of the crystal. Okay, so what will happen here? This electron becomes responsible for the color of the crystal. This electron which is entrapped in the anionic vacancy, and just because it becomes responsible for the color of the crystal, I will call it as F center. क्या बोलते हैं इस एरिया को? F center. And why it is F center? F का मतलब है far center center. Far center का मतलब होता है color creating area in the crystal. So this particular area where the anionic vacancies are occupied by the electron and becomes responsible for the color of the crystal, this is known as F center. So this NaCl crystal is now not white in color, it is the color becomes yellow. क्यों हुआ? Because of the presence of F center. क्यों हुआ? Because you are heating it and it is heating it in the presence of vapor, sodium vapors, and sodium vapors के साथ this chloride reacted, due to which the vacancy created. This vacancy was occupied by an electron which was losing the energy and gaining the energy. The emitted radiation will decide कि कौन सा color will appear in this crystal. Same reason lies in the color of many of the crystals like lithium chloride, LiCl. This LiCl becomes pink in color. What is the color of LiCl? It is pink in color. One more example is given in your NCERT, and that is KCl, potassium chloride. The violet color of potassium chloride. What is the color? Violet color of potassium chloride is also assumed to be because of the anionic vacancy. So now we are going to talk about presence of extra cation in the interstitial spaces. Simple है. Let's talk about a crystal of zinc oxide. When we heat this zinc oxide, what will happen? This zinc oxide will start converting into Zn+2 ion by the loss of electron. So this is going to lose 2 electron and will convert into Zn+2 ions, and the oxygen present in this will convert into oxygen gas. तो क्या होगा? Zinc and oxide. this crystal will be containing zinc ions and oxide ions. Zinc and oxide will be in a particular array, in a particular arrangement. Now what will happen on heating, some of the zinc ions will lose their electron and will convert this oxygen into oxygen gas. Oxygen to gayi, it is removed in the form of oxygen. अब oxygen is removed, but the zinc ions, क्योंकि cations are very small, they will leave their positions in the array या in the crystal lattice. तो अपनी position छोड़ के they will come into the interstitial spaces. I am making this like this. Just imagine कि ये क्या था? This was the crystal जहाँ पर आपके जो zinc and chloride ion है, I can draw it like ये chloride, sorry not chloride, oxide, ठीक है? These were the oxide. This is bigger one. Now what has happened here? One oxide is removed, okay, just because oxide is converted into oxygen gas. तो one oxide is removed, one zinc is converted into Zn+2. जैसे ही zinc Zn+2 में convert हुआ, जो zinc का size was this, now it is smaller because cations are always smaller than the original atom. Now this zinc, by converting itself into the zinc ion, will go into the interstitial spaces because its size will be smaller and it will just enter into the interstitial spaces. Up zinc and oxygen both, I can say that skipped. Just imagine कि zinc and oxygen both have left their spaces, but one cation which is made up of zinc is now entering into the interstitial spaces. As well, these electrons will also occupy the spaces in the nearby areas, मतलब in the nearby interstitial spaces. So the electronic neutrality of the crystal will be maintained because जितने electron were lost by the zinc will be occupying the area nearby. So neighboring areas, interstitial spaces will be occupied by the electron. Zinc ion is trapped here in the interstitial spaces. Oxygen is gone. तो जब oxygen is gone, it means oxygen is less and zinc is remaining there. ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब हुआ एक्स्ट्रा cation is present in the interstitial spaces. ऑक्सीजन गया है तो वो कम हो गया, तो ऑब्वियसली द प्रेजेंस ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा cation विल मेक दिस डिफेक्ट एज अ मेटल एक्सेस डिफेक्ट, क्योंकि ऑक्सीजन आपने हटा दिया यहाँ से, है ना. तो दिस इज नाउ मेटल एक्सेस डिफेक्ट. ओके, नाउ लेट अस डिस्कस मेटल डिफिशियंसी डिफेक्ट, व्हिच इज द नेक्स्ट टाइप ऑफ डिफेक्ट. In metal deficiency defect, you can see that there is a deficiency of the metals. Metal means cation here, है ना. So we are going to see that cation will be deficient in the crystal. So very first thing which you have to remember here is this defect will be shown by the crystal of those compound which are having cations with variable valency. So we know that variable valency. What do you mean by variable valency? The valency will changes, which changes means the ions like Fe+2 and Fe+3. This iron makes two type of ion which is common here, Fe+2, Fe+3. Same way, most of the transition elements show variable valency. We have some common ions like iron, Fe+2, Fe+3. We have Cu+1, Cu+2. We have nickel, Ni+2 and Ni+3. So these are the some common ions which show variable valency. So these metals show variable valency. So in these type of metals we will see this type of defect called metal deficiency defect. क्यों होता है, कैसे होता है, that is another thing. Main thing is कहाँ पाया जाएगा? Only in those crystals which will have these as a cation. The variable valency show, the elements showing the variable valency will be showing these type of defect. Now how it happens? Let's start. I am drawing here one crystal of Fu. What I am doing here? Fu, ferrous oxide. So this is ferrous oxide having 1:1 ratio of iron and oxygen here. 1 iron ratio 1 oxygen. I am drawing this crystal here. Look at this, Fe+2 ion, Fe+2 ion and Fe+2 ion. To neutralize 3, 1, 2, 3 ferrous ion, that is the charge 2 plus 2 plus 2. There are 6 positive here because of these cation. These plus 6 will be nullified, will be neutralized by 6 negative charges, which is because of O2 minus. Now this is a neutral crystal. Now what will happen? Anyhow, just because this Fe+2 has tendency to get oxidized, ये क्या करेगा? Suppose this Fe+2 is exchanged by Fe+3 anyhow. It is replaced by Fe+3 anyhow. अब जैसे ही Fe+3 होता है, द न्यूट्रलिटी ऑफ द क्रिस्टल इज नाउ नो मोर maintained. Why? Because this is 3 plus 2 plus 2, that is plus 7 are there and minus 6 are there. Just to maintain the neutrality of the crystal, what will be done by the crystal, what arrangement will be done? One more Fe+2 will be replaced by Fe+3 and one of the ferrous ion will be moved out, and this will maintain the neutrality. Look at this, look at the ions, plus 3 plus 3, total charge plus 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. इसमें we are not making any changes in the oxide ion, but crystal की neutrality is of main priority. So we are going to make sure that the crystal is being neutralized. The plus charge should be equal to the minus charges. No charge should be there on the crystal. Second thing is to maintain the neutrality, one iron या one ferrous ion has to escape out. To maintain the neutrality it is happening क्योंकि 2 ion रह गए 3 की जगह, तो what is happening here? It is metal deficiency. The number of ion is being decreased. Number of ion is decreased but the charge is same. So this decrease in the number of ions makes this particular crystal metal deficient, cation deficient. So this you have to remember always. So first thing you have to remember here, shown by the elements which show variable valency. Second thing, the lower oxidation state is replaced by the higher oxidation state, जिसकी वजह से one cation 2 cation accordingly to maintain the neutrality, जितने ions will be replaced by the higher oxidation state, accordingly crystal will decide to maintain the neutrality. Crystal decide करेगा कि कितने ions कितने cations को वहाँ से हटाना है. I hope it is clear. Now let's see what type of questions will be asked from this metal deficiency defect. Nobody is going to ask you what is metal deficiency defect and how, just write down the short note on it. Actually we will get a question, a numerical based on this particular topic. So let's see what is the question you are going to get in your examination. The question will be of kind, if a compound NiO is नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड एज NiO, मतलब जब उसको चेक किया गया तो पता चला कि उसका रेशियो NiO नहीं है. क्या है उसका रेशियो? उसका रेशियो इज Ni 0.98O, दैट इज 0.98 रेशियो 1 इज द रेशियो ऑफ निकल एंड ऑक्साइड. यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग कि 1:1 का रेशियो इज नाउ 0.98:1 का रेशियो. इट मीन्स दिस केटायन इज इन डिफिशियंसी. So it becomes metal deficiency defect. ठीक, क्योंकि nickel shows variable valency, that is why we are observing this defect in this. The question is, if this formula is found to be Ni 0.98O, what will be the ratio of Ni+2 ions and Ni+3 ions? तो इस ratio पे crystal में what will be the ratio of these two different type of ions? That you have to calculate. How we are going to calculate? Let's see. Suppose I am let Ni+2 ions कितने हैं in this particular crystal? Ni+2 ions are X. Okay. So Ni+3 ions कितने होंगे? Ni+3 ions will be total कितने हैं? 0.98. तो total 0.98 minus X. This will be the number of Ni+3 ions. क्योंकि total and 0.98, उसमें से X हो गए Ni+2, तो X+3 कितने हो गए? 0.98. ओके. अब वन थिंग इज इम्पॉर्टेंट हियर कि टोटल चार्ज ऑन द एटम, निकल पर जितना चार्ज होगा उतना ही चार्ज ऑक्सीजन पर होना चाहिए, बिकॉज वी आर मेंटेनिंग द न्यूट्रलिटी ऑफ द क्रिस्टल. ठीक है. तो व्हाट इज द चार्ज ऑन वन एटम ऑफ ऑक्सीजन? 2 माइनस. तो निकल पर भी देयर मस्ट बी टोटल 2 चार्जेस विच शुड बी इक्वल टू द ऑक्साइड का चार्ज ऑन इट. सो इफ वी काउंट द टोटल चार्जेस ऑन देम, तो एक्स एटम्स पर देयर इज 2+. ठीक, द चार्जेस वी आर काउंटिंग हियर. एक्स एटम पर 2 चार्ज प्लस कीजिए दिस नंबर ऑफ एटम 3 चार्ज विल बी +3 चार्ज कितनों पर है? +3 चार्ज इज प्रेजेंट ऑन 0.98 माइनस एक्स एटम्स. Isn't it? जो if we total these 2 charges we should get +2. Isn't it? क्योंकि अगर ये +2 होगा then only it will be nullified by -2. ठीक. तो this will be the calculation. When we calculate it, you will find the value of x at 0.94. So if this x is 0.94, what does it mean? It means Ni+2 is 0.94. कितने में से? 0.98 में से 0.94 इज द Ni+2. सो व्हाट इज द फ्रैक्शन ऑफ Ni+2? तो Ni+2 परसेंटेज कितना निकला? 0.98 में से 0.94 is the fraction of Ni+2. Okay, when you will calculate it, you will find it at 96%. Okay, so this 96% fraction is of nickel. So what will be the nickel plus 2? What will be the fraction of Ni+3 then? 900 minus 96, क्योंकि अब मैंने परसेंटेज में कन्वर्ट कर दिया, यानी कि 4% will be of Ni+3. मतलब क्या हुआ इसका? It means that 4% of the Ni+2 has been replaced by Ni+3, जिसकी वजह से Ni को निकलना पड़ा. ओके, एंड टोटल जो आयंस हैं वो हो गए 98. अगर मैं 100 में लेके चलती हूँ देन फिर टोटल 98 हो गए, यानी 2 गायब हो गए 100 में से, एंड देन 96% will be Ni+2 and left out will be Ni+3. Is it clear? So I hope it is clear to you that this is metal deficiency defect. It is found in the crystal which have cations which shows the variable valency. Let's understand impurity defect, the third type of defect and the last defect. So this third type of defect is impurity defect, and the name is indicating same thing. This can be explained. Impurity means something from outside will be entered into crystal. मतलब कुछ बाहर से ऐसा आएगा so that the crystal will be no more pure crystal. It will be having something from outside. अब वो आयन क्या होगा? How it is going to make changes in the crystal and what will be the effect on the property of that crystal due to this impurity. This is also called doping. Impurity of any ion from outside. This is also called doping. Doping का मतलब mixing of something. Okay. So this is called impurity defect. We will understand this impurity defect in 2 categories. First is in ions, doping in ionic compound, doping in ionic solids. Now in ionic solids we have one example, NaCl suppose. If I am talking about a crystal of NaCl, many times we have seen this is Na plus Cl minus, Na plus Cl minus, Na plus Cl minus, Na plus Cl minus, Na plus Cl minus. So if this is a crystal we have which is having a proper arrangement, now what I am doing is I am doping some other salt into it. Suppose I am involving SrCl2 into this. SrCl2 formula is telling you that Sr should be having +2 charge. So I am doping it with Sr +2. So what I am doing here, Sr +2. जैसे ही I have doped it with Sr +2, obviously one more sodium ion has to escape out just to maintain the neutrality of the crystal. So this is what happening here. Because of the doping of this element having more charge on its cation, we have to remove one more cation from the crystal, regular cation from the crystal, just to maintain the neutrality. And just because we have removed one cation from it, there creates a vacancy. क्या create हुआ यहाँ पे? Vacancy defect. And this vacancy, the number of vacancy created will be depending upon that what is the impurity we are creating here. अब just now imagine, if I am asking you कि 1 mole SrCl2 I am adding 1 more SrCl2 का मतलब है कि if I have added 1 more Sr +2 ions, तो कितनी vacancies will be created in that crystal? Obviously 1 more SrCl2 का मतलब है मैंने 2 Na+ हटाए, but उन दोनों में से position of 1 is occupied by the Sr +2 and 1 is left out. So how many vacancies are created? The vacancies will be created in the same number जितना SrCl2 you are adding to it. So the 1 mole SrCl2 you are adding means 1 mole vacancies will be created, क्योंकि total 2 number of cations will be removed. Out of these 2 एक तो occupy हो ही गई ना, मतलब ultimately I have removed 2 Na+, है ना, ये हटाया, इसकी जगह तो कौन आ गया? Sr +2, है ना, इसकी जगह Sr +2 आ गया. What is balance? How many vacancies are created? Only 1 vacancy ना, तो जितने आप SrCl2 डालेंगे उतना ही vacancies will be created. So this you have to remember here in the doping of ionic solids. In the case of ionic solids, the valencies created will be depending on the ion, the charge present on the ion. Okay, just imagine if I am adding some aluminum chloride kind of something. क्या डाला इस बार मैंने? one more AlCl3. So this Al+3 ion is here. Now just to maintain the neutrality, 3+ ion we have to maintain ना, तो 3+ को maintain करने के लिए we have to remove 3Na and the vacancies created will be 2. This is vacancy, this is vacancy. 1, 2, 3 sodium ions will be replaced by 1 aluminium. So it is a deficiency defect, although it is a deficiency defect, but it is because of impurity, that is why we are learning it in the category of impurity defect. So doping in the ionic solids will create the vacancies. The number of vacancies will be depending on कि कौन सा type of ions we are adding to that crystal. जितना भी type of ion, like whatever the charge on that ion is present, obviously it will be higher valency. It will be of higher valency, वरना vacancy create नहीं होगी. तो if it is of higher valency, एक कम करके that will be the number of vacancies created in the crystal. ठीक है, the only question will be asked कि how many vacancies will be created. So let's start with the next type, that is doping in covalent compounds. Before starting doping in covalent solid, let us see first what type of element form covalent compound. Necessarily 14th group elements make covalent compound because they have 4 electrons in the outermost shell, and because they have 4 electrons in the outermost shell, they don't believe in the sharing, like in the giving of electron and taking of electron. So I'm talking about 14th group, and we have carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. So these elements have tendency to form covalent bonds necessarily, जरूर बनाते हैं. So we are talking about these type of compound elements which will form covalent solid. Now what we are doing is we are doping something from outside. For an example, if I am doping 13th group element in this 14th group element, so this 13th group element I am doping here. What is 13th group element? What are 13th group? Boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. So these are the 13th group element, and I am doing what? I am doping these into these. So to show this, I am drawing here silicon, which is connected with other silicon atom like this. Can you see this? All the silicon atoms are connected with other silicon atom, making 4 bonds in them. Okay, so like this they are connected. So it is a satisfied crystal having 4 bonds connected with each other, where the silicon is satisfying its valency completely. Now what I have done is I have doped it with aluminium, या gallium, या indium. I am doping it with something else. I am doping it with suppose gallium. So I am removing this and I am adding gallium into it. Now just because this belongs to the 13th group, the electronic configuration, if you remember electronic configuration, you must be knowing that there are 3 electrons in their outermost shell. We know this thing. Aluminium तो सबको पता ही है ना, it is 13 and the general configuration 283 होता है. Same way आगे वालों का भी 3 electrons, that is why they are in the same group, है ना. तो 3 electrons in their outermost shell. तो गैलियम के भी 3 होंगे, तो this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. One side there is no electron with the gallium. 1 electron it has shared with this, 1 electron it has shared with this, and suppose 1 electron it has shared with this. ये जो बॉन्ड इसने दूसरे सिलिकन के साथ बना रखा था, अपसाइड सिलिकन, सब जगह सिलिकन ही होगा ना इसमें. So this bond which was earlier made by the another silicon is now not possible. क्यों? क्योंकि 1 electron, only 3 electrons were there, जो उसने शेयर कर दिए with the 3 silicon around it. ये सिलिकन के साथ it is not possible for it to create the bond, to make the bond. Now what? With the deficiency, there is a hole created. This space is lacking of electron. That is why a hole is created here. अब जब hole create हुआ है, तो from the other side this hole will take the electron. And जब यहाँ से electron जाएगा, तो hole will be created here. जब यहाँ से यहाँ electron आएगा, तो hole will be created here. Means the electron is moving. That means this crystal will become a conductor of electricity. That is why it is called a semiconductor. क्या बन गया हमारा? Semiconductor. And which type of semiconductor it is? It is p-type semiconductor. What type of semiconductor? p-type. Why I am calling this p-type? क्योंकि it is appearing like hole is moving. What is hole? Hole is the positive area. where the lacking of electron is taking place. Electron is moved here, तो यहाँ पे कमी हो गई. Electron is moved here, तो यहाँ कमी हुई. अब यहाँ से यहाँ आएगा तो यहाँ पे कमी हुई. तो that area which is deficient of electron is shown by the positive, and this positive is indicating what? P type. This is how the conductivity is going on in these type of covalent compounds due to the doping of 13th group element. 13th group element which are comparatively electron deficient. जितनी आप deficient मीन्स जितनी की आपको ज़रूरत थी उससे थोड़ा सा कम. कितनी ज़रूरत थी? 4 की, क्योंकि 4 में 4 का आप डोपिंग करते तो फिर इक्वली द बॉन्ड्स विल बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड, isn't it? Now let's talk about the another type of doping. Suppose anyhow I could have doped it with 15th group elements. Just imagine I have doped it this time with the 15th group element. 15th group का मतलब नाइट्रोजन ग्रुप. नाइट्रोजन, फॉस्फोरस, आर्सेनिक, एंटीमनी and bismuth. These are the elements of the 15th group. Now just concentrate. The same condition is there. This silicon was connected with each other. Silicon were connected with each other in a very nice way, and the crystal was satisfied completely. I have doped it with the phosphorus या arsenic या antimony. So I am doping it with the arsenic. Okay. So arsenic, because it belongs to the group 15. How many electrons will be there in the outermost shell? Remember this. 2 and 5 is the configuration of the nitrogen. तो 5 electrons is there in the nitrogen. तो सबके outermost shell में कितने होने चाहिए? 5, because it belongs to the group 15. तो arsenic के में भी कितने होंगे? 5 electrons in the outermost shell. If there are 5 electrons, one is bonded with this silicon, one is bonded silicon, one is bonded with this silicon, and another is with this silicon. अभी भी एक बचा है. That electron is free electron. And this free electron is ready to conduct the electricity, and just because it is ready to conduct the electricity, this is becoming now semiconductor. Now it is what? Semiconductor. What type of? N-type semiconductor. N-type semiconductor क्यों बोल रही हूँ मैं इसको? Because here the conductivity is because of the negative particle, that is electron. So due to the negative charge, due to the negative charge, the conductivity is there. Electron की वजह से there is a conductivity. We will call this type of semiconductor as N type of semiconductor. What type of element these are known as? These are electron rich species, है ना? These are electron rich elements. तो ये आपके आ गए electron rich elements में. 13th group आपका आ गया electron deficient elements में. If I ask you to give the example of these kind of कि भाई P type semiconductor का example बताइए. तो P type में you must know कि if I am doping gallium in silicon, I will get what? P type. क्यों? क्योंकि 13 in the silicon, in the 14. तो deficient को if you are doping with the 14, okay, 13th को if you are doping in the 14, that will give you the p-type semiconductor. If I give you the example, if I ask you for the example कि भाई n-type of semiconductor का example बताइए, कुछ भी जोड़िए. जर्मेनियम में फॉस्फोरस ऐड कीजिए, जर्मेनियम में आर्सेनिक कीजिए, टिबियम कीजिए, whatsoever you want. 15th group will be doped in 14th group. That will give rise to n-type of semiconductor. I hope it is clear. So these are the semiconductors. Semiconductors which conduct the electricity to a certain range only in certain circumstances. So conductivity is somewhat limited to it. Two type of semiconductors we have learned, n-type, p-type. p-type जहाँ पे it is appeared कि hole is moving, but actually electron ही move करते हैं, but the hole is taking the place of the electron. जहाँ electron जाता है पीछे hole create करता है, and appear ऐसा होता है जैसे कि the conductivity is due to the movement of the hole here. That is why hole is indicating positive charge, lacking of electron. That is why it was named as P type of semiconductor. Now if I am asking you to make 13-15 compound, 13-15 type compound, okay, so what is happening here? 13-15 में अगर 15 वाले के साथ, okay, 15 वाला means you are belonging to this, and this arsenic is connected with 5 other element, and you are doping it with the 13th. 13th का मतलब क्या हुआ? 13th का मतलब एल्यूमिनियम. आई एम एडिंग एल्यूमिनियम टू द आर्सेनिक. व्हाट विल हैपन? 5 से कनेक्ट होना था. अदर आर्सेनिक आर कनेक्टेड विद 5 5 5 5, है ना? अब ये एल्यूमिनियम इज गोइंग टू कनेक्ट विद 1 and 2 and 3. अब बाकी कितने बचे? आर्सेनिक का, एक नीचे वाले आर्सेनिक का, एक इधर वाले आर्सेनिक का, देयर इज अ गैप इन बिटवीन, तो ये क्या हुआ, होल इज क्रिएटेड बिकॉज यू हैव डोप्ड दिस आर्सेनिक विद द एल्यूमिनियम विच इज हैविंग लेस इलेक्ट्रॉन इन इट, तो द होल इज क्रिएटेड। होल इज क्रिएटेड का मतलब है पी टाइप ऑफ सेमीकंडक्टर। तो इफ यू आर डोपिंग 13 in 15 there will be a semiconductor formed called p type of semiconductor. in case आप 13 में 15 डालेंगे तो you will get n type of semiconductor, क्योंकि अब इसमें ज़्यादा हो जाएगा। तो डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हाट यू आर एडिंग, तो इफ़ यू आर आस्क्ड टू गिव द एग्जांपल ऑफ 13-15 टाइप ऑफ कंपाउंड, तो आप 13 और 15 का कॉम्बिनेशन बना दीजिए। यू कैन गिव द एग्जांपल लाइक गैलियम AS, GaAs, GaAs 13-15 कंपाउंड, दिस इज द एग्जांपल। अब किसने कौन सा डाला है दैट विल डिसाइड कि वेदर इट विल बी a p टाइप ऑफ सेमीकंडक्टर और इट विल बी n काइंड ऑफ सेमीकंडक्टर, n टाइप ऑफ सेमीकंडक्टर। जैसे GaAs ये 13-15 कंपाउंड। इफ यू लाइक दिस वीडियो प्लीज हिट द लाइक बटन, शेयर इट एंड सब्सक्राइब माई चैनल। थैंक यू वेरी मच।